for entertainment purposes only. The content includes dark themes, horror elements, and fictional depictions of rituals and sacrifices that are purely imaginative and not reflective of any real-life practices or beliefs. Viewer discretion is advised. This video is not suitable for younger audiences, and parental guidance is recommended. The story does not endorse or promote any harmful behavior, violence, or dangerous activities. Please note that all characters, events, and settings are entirely fictional and created for the purpose of storytelling. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events, is purely coincidental. Join Kofi and Nia on an epic journey in the Guardians of the Enchanted Forest. As protectors of the ancient magic hidden deep within the mystical forest, Kofi, a noble and strong guardian, and Nia, a beautiful shapeshifter with the ability to transform into a majestic python, embark on a thrilling adventure filled with secrets, challenges, and powerful adversaries. In this captivating tale, the duo must confront ancient spirits, unlock hidden powers, and face their deepest fears to protect their homeland from impending doom. The enchanting forest holds many mysteries, and Kofi and Nia's bond will be tested like never before. Will they be able to harness the magic and save their world? Immerse yourself in a world of wonder, magic, and heart-pounding action. Discover the untold secrets of the sacred grove and witness the incredible transformation of Nia. This folktale promises to keep you on the edge of your seat, leaving you eager for more with each twist and turn. In the heart of the land, surrounded by dense, ancient trees, lay the village of Ngoma. The villagers revered the forest, for it was said to be guarded by powerful spirits. The protector of this sacred place was a man named Kofi, known as the Keeper of the Forest. Kofi's duty was to maintain the balance between the human world and the mystical forces of the forest. Kofi was a tall, strong man with a kind heart. He spent his days walking the forest paths, ensuring that the harmony between nature and humans was never disturbed. The forest was his home, and he knew every tree, every river, and every creature that lived within it. His connection to the forest was deep, and the spirits often spoke to him in whispers carried by the wind. The villagers respected Kofi, though they knew little of the secrets he held. His role was crucial. Without him, the delicate balance would crumble, and the wrath of the spirits would befall them. Kofi's life was one of solitude, dedicated to his sacred duty. But his heart yearned for companionship, someone who could share the wonders of the forest with him. One warm afternoon, as Kofi patrolled the forest, he heard the sound of laughter by the river. Intrigued, he followed the sound and came upon a beautiful woman bathing in the crystal-clear waters. Her name was Nia, and she radiated an aura of mystery and allure. Kofi had never seen her before, and he was instantly captivated. Nia smiled warmly at Kofi as she emerged from the water, her presence as mesmerizing as the forest itself. They spoke for hours, sharing stories of their lives. Nia was different. She understood the forest in ways that surprised Kofi. She seemed to have a connection to it that rivaled his own. Days turned into weeks, and Kofi found himself visiting the river more frequently, drawn to Nia's enchanting presence. Their bond grew stronger when Kofi realized he had found someone who could understand his world. But there was something about Nia that he couldn't quite grasp, a secret she kept hidden. As their relationship deepened, Kofi knew he was treading dangerous ground. The village elders had always warned him about forming attachments that could distract him from his duties. But Kofi's heart was no longer his own, it belonged to Nia. Their love was pure, yet fraught with the tension of the forbidden. One evening, under the light of a full moon, Kofi confessed his feelings to Nia. She responded with tears in her eyes, admitting that she loved him too. However, she warned him that there were things about her that he might not understand, things that could put them both in danger. Kofi, driven by love, assured her that nothing could change his feelings. Their love affair continued in secret, away from the prying eyes of the village. They met in hidden glades and whispered sweet nothings under the ancient trees. But the forest spirits knew all, and their whispers grew louder, warning Kofi of the consequences of his actions. The day came when Nia could no longer keep her secret. She led Kofi to a secluded part of the forest and revealed her true nature. With a deep breath, she transformed before his eyes, shifting from a beautiful woman into a majestic python. Kofi stood in awe, his mind racing to comprehend what he was witnessing. Nia explained that she was a shapeshifter, a guardian of the forest in her own right. Her dual nature was a gift and a curse, allowing her to protect the forest in ways humans could not. Kofi's heart swelled with love and admiration for her bravery in revealing her true self. He vowed to protect her secret and to stand by her side, no matter what challenges lay ahead. With Nia's secret out in the open, Kofi and Nia's bond grew even stronger. Together, they became a formidable force, their love and dedication to the forest intertwining. The forest spirits, once wary, began to accept their union, seeing the strength in their combined efforts. One night, as they lay under the stars, the forest spirits appeared to them in a vision. They spoke of ancient prophecies and the great destiny that awaited Kofi and Nia. The spirits revealed that their union was foretold and that together they would face trials that would test their love and resolve. Kofi and Nia listened intently, their hearts filled with both fear and determination. They knew that their journey was just beginning and that the path ahead would be fraught with danger and uncertainty. But with the spirits' guidance and their love for each other, they believed they could overcome anything. The village of Ngoma buzzed with whispers about Kofi and his newfound companion, Nia. The elders, a council of wise old men and women, were the keepers of tradition and law. They called for Kofi, their expressions stern and foreboding. As Kofi stood before them, he could feel the weight of their judgment. "Kofi," began Elder Jahi, the oldest among them, "you know the importance of your role as the keeper of the forest. Your duty is to the forest and to us. Yet, you have brought an outsider into our sacred land." Kofi bowed his head respectfully. "Elders, Nia is no ordinary woman. She has a connection to the forest, just as I do. She is a guardian in her own right." Elder Ifioma shook her head. "It matters not what she is. Our traditions are clear. Your focus must remain on your duties, and your heart must be free of distractions. There is an ancient prophecy, Kofi, that speaks of a keeper and a shapeshifter. Their union could bring great danger or great salvation." Kofi listened intently, his resolve unwavering. "I understand the risks, but I also believe in the strength of our bond. Together, Nia and I can fulfill this prophecy and protect our land." The elders exchanged worried glances but saw the determination in Kofi's eyes. Elder Jahi sighed. "Very well, Kofi. But be warned, the path you choose will not be easy. The spirits will test you, and the village will watch your every move." Determined to prove their worth, Kofi and Nia ventured into the sacred grove, the forbidden part of the forest said to be the dwelling place of the most powerful spirits. The air was thick with magic, and the trees seemed to whisper secrets as they walked. "Kofi, this place feels different," Nia said, her voice hushed with reverence. "I can sense the presence of the spirits more strongly here." Kofi nodded, his eyes scanning the surroundings. "We must be careful. The spirits will test us, and we must prove ourselves worthy." As they moved deeper into the grove, they encountered various challenges. The trees seemed to move of their own accord, creating labyrinthine paths that led to dead ends. Strange creatures, unseen elsewhere in the forest, watched them with curious eyes. At the heart of the grove, they found a clearing with an ancient, gnarled tree. Its branches reached out like the arms of a guardian. Kofi and Nia knelt before it, feeling the power emanating from its core. The spirits appeared before them, their forms shifting and ethereal. "Kofi, Nia," they intoned, "you have entered our sacred domain. To prove your worth, you must face the trials of the grove." The spirits laid out the first trial, the test of courage. A pathway opened in the ground, leading into a dark, underground labyrinth. Without hesitation, Kofi and Nia descended, the air growing colder as they moved deeper. The labyrinth was a maze of twisting tunnels and hidden traps. Shadows danced on the walls, and eerie sounds echoed around them. At one point, the path split, and they had to decide which way to go. "Nia, can you sense anything?" Kofi asked, trusting in her instincts. Nia closed her eyes, feeling the vibrations of the earth. "This way," she said, pointing to the right. They moved forward, encountering a series of challenges designed to test their resolve and unity. In one chamber, they faced a giant serpent. Nia, shifting into her python form, confronted the creature. The battle was fierce, but together, they managed to subdue the serpent, proving their strength and teamwork. Emerging from the labyrinth, they were greeted by the spirits once more. "You have passed the first trial," they said. "But there are more tests ahead." While Kofi and Nia were in the sacred grove, the village of Ngoma was rife with rumors. Kofi's rival, Vadibeo, seized the opportunity to sow seeds of doubt among the villagers. "How can we trust Kofi when he consults with a creature of the forest?" he would say, his voice dripping with malice. Adibeo's words found fertile ground in the hearts of the villagers. Fear and suspicion grew, and soon a group of villagers approached the elders, demanding answers. "We have seen strange things, elders," one of them said. "Kofi's companion is not human. She is a shapeshifter, a being of the forest. How can we trust them?" The elders, who were already wary of Kofi's relationship with Nia, found themselves in a difficult position. They decided to confront Kofi upon his return. Kofi and Nia, having passed the first trial, were resting by the ancient tree when the spirits appeared again. "Kofi, Nia," they spoke, "you have shown great courage. The next trial will test your wisdom and understanding of the forest's secrets." The spirits guided them to a hidden grove where ancient symbols were etched into the rocks. "These symbols hold the key to your next trial," the spirits explained. "Decipher their meaning, and you will gain the knowledge needed to face the challenges ahead." Kofi and Nia studied the symbols, their meanings slowly becoming clear. The symbols told the story of the forest's creation and the bond between the keepers and the spirits. Through their combined knowledge and insights, they deciphered the symbols and gained a deeper understanding of the forest's mysteries. The spirits were pleased. "You have proven your wisdom," they said. "But your journey is not over. Return to your village, for there you will face the greatest trial yet." Returning to Ngoma, Kofi and Nia found the village in turmoil. The villagers, spurred by Adibeo's machinations, were on the verge of turning against them. Kofi stood before the elders and the villagers, his heart heavy but his resolve strong. "Villagers of Ngoma, I understand your fears," Kofi began. "But Nia is not our enemy. She is a guardian of the forest, just as I am. Together, we have faced trials and gained the trust of the spirits." Nia stepped forward, her presence commanding respect. "We seek only to protect the forest and our village. There is a prophecy that speaks of a keeper and a shapeshifter. Our union is part of that prophecy, and we must fulfill it to ensure the safety of our land." The villagers murmured among themselves, unsure of what to believe. But the elders, having seen the determination in Kofi and Nia's eyes, decided to give them a chance. "Very well," Elder Jahi said. "We will trust you, Kofi. But know that the eyes of the village are upon you." As Kofi and Nia continued their quest, they stumbled upon a hidden village deep within the forest. This village, known as Luwazi, was unlike any other. The people of Luwazi lived in harmony with the forest, their customs and way of life deeply intertwined with nature. The village elder, a wise woman named Zola, welcomed them. "We have been expecting you, Kofi and Nia," she said. "The spirits have foretold of your arrival. There is much you need to learn here." Kofi and Nia spent days in Luwasi learning from the villagers. They discovered ancient rituals and secrets that had been passed down through generations. The villagers taught them how to harness the power of the forest, how to communicate with the spirits, and how to protect their land. Zola revealed a crucial piece of the prophecy. "There is an ancient scroll hidden in the forest," she said. "It holds the final key to fulfilling your destiny. But be warned, the path to the scroll is fraught with danger." Determined to find the ancient scroll, Kofi and Nia set out on their next adventure. Guided by the knowledge they had gained in Luwasi, they navigated the forest with renewed purpose. The journey was arduous, with many obstacles and trials testing their resolve. After days of travel, they reached a hidden cave. The entrance was guarded by mystical creatures, but Kofi and Nia, using their newfound knowledge, managed to gain entry. Inside the cave, they found the ancient scroll, its surface covered in intricate symbols. As they deciphered the scroll, they realized it contained the final piece of the prophecy. It spoke of a great danger that would befall the forest and the village, and of the keeper and the shapeshifter who would stand against it. The scroll also provided the clues they needed to face their next trial. Returning to the sacred grove, Kofi and Nia presented the ancient scroll to the forest spirits. The spirits, impressed by their dedication and bravery, set forth the next challenge, a test of loyalty and strength. Kofi and Nia were separated, each facing their own trials. Kofi had to confront a series of physical challenges, testing his endurance and combat skills. Meanwhile, Nia faced mental and spiritual challenges, proving her wisdom and connection to the forest. Despite the difficulties, both Kofi and Nia emerged victorious. Their bond had been tested and proven unbreakable. The spirits, now fully convinced of their worth, bestowed upon them gifts of power and knowledge. Adebayo, consumed by jealousy and ambition, could not stand the thought of Kofi and Nia succeeding where he had failed. Driven by his bitterness, he devised a plan to expose Nia's true nature and turn the village against them once and for all. Using deceit and manipulation, Adebayo convinced a group of villagers to follow him into the forest. He promised to reveal the true danger that Kofi and Nia posed to their community. Kofi consorts with a creature of the forest. Adebayo proclaimed to the group, his voice dripping with malice. "We must see for ourselves what they are hiding." The villagers, their hearts filled with doubt and fear, followed Adebayo deep into the forest. As they ventured further, the forest seemed to grow darker and more foreboding. Unbeknownst to Adebayo, the spirits of the forest were watching, and they alerted Kofi and Nia of the impending danger. "Kofi," Nia whispered, her eyes filled with concern, "the spirits have warned me. Adebayo is leading the villagers into the forest. We must stop him before it's too late." Kofi nodded, his resolve strengthening. "We will confront him and reveal the truth." As they made their way to intercept Adebayo and the villagers, an ominous roar echoed through the trees. Out of nowhere, a mad lion, its eyes wild with rage, emerged from the underbrush, attacking the frightened villagers who had followed Adebayo. Chaos erupted as the lion lunged at the villagers, who screamed and scattered in terror. Adebayo, realizing the gravity of the situation, froze in fear. The villagers, defenseless against the powerful beast, looked to him for help, but he was paralyzed with dread. "Nia, we must act now," Kofi shouted. Nia nodded, her eyes determined. She took a deep breath and began to transform. Before the astonished eyes of the villagers, Nia shifted into her majestic python form, her scales shimmering in the dappled sunlight that filtered through the trees. The lion, sensing a new challenger, turned its attention to Nia. The two creatures circled each other, tension crackling in the air. The villagers watched in awe and fear as the battle began. With a powerful lunge, the lion struck fast, its claws slashing through the air. Nia dodged gracefully, her serpent body coiling and uncoiling with fluid precision. She struck back, aiming for the lion's flank, but the beast was quick and agile, evading her attack. The battle raged on, each creature testing the other's strength and speed. The lion roared, its claws digging into the ground as it launched another assault. Nia met the attack head-on, her powerful body wrapping around the lion in a crushing embrace. The lion thrashed and roared, trying to break free, but Nia's grip was unyielding. The villagers watched, their fear slowly giving way to awe and admiration. They saw not a monster, but a protector fighting to save them. Nia's courage and strength shone through as she fought with everything she had to protect the people she loved. With a mighty effort, Nia tightened her coils around the lion, her strength overpowering the beast's wild fury. The lion, exhausted and defeated, let out a final roar before collapsing to the ground, subdued. Nia released her grip and slithered back, her body shimmering as she transformed back into her human form. The forest grew silent as the villagers absorbed what they had just witnessed. Nia stood before them, not as a monster, but as a guardian of the forest, her eyes filled with compassion and resolve. Adibeo, seeing his plan backfire spectacularly, fell to his knees, his arrogance shattered. I didn't know, he stammered, his voice trembling with fear and regret. Kofi stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. Adibeo, your jealousy and deceit have brought great danger to our village. But today, you have seen the truth. Nia is a protector, not a threat. The villagers, moved by Nia's bravery and honesty, began to murmur among themselves. Their fear dissipated, replaced by admiration and gratitude. One of the elders stepped forward, his voice filled with reverence. Nia, you have shown us your true nature. We see now that you are a guardian of the forest, just as Kofi is. We owe you our thanks and our trust. The villagers nodded in agreement, their hearts filled with a newfound respect for Nia. Adibeo, humbled and repentant, bowed his head in shame. The villagers helped him to his feet, and together they began the journey back to the village, their faith in Kofi and Nia restored. As they walked, Kofi and Nia shared a look of relief and triumph. The bond between them had been tested and proven unbreakable. The forest spirits, watching from the shadows, whispered their approval. The path ahead would still be challenging, but Kofi and Nia knew that together, they could face anything. After dealing with Adibeo's betrayal, Kofi and Nia turned their attention to the next clue from the ancient scroll. It led them to a hidden cave deep within the heart of the forest. The cave was said to contain artifacts of immense power, guarded by ancient magic. Inside the cave, they found relics from a bygone era, each imbued with mystical energy. These artifacts, they realized, were keys to unlocking further secrets of the prophecy. The cave also held a map, guiding them to the next part of their journey. The discovery of the cave and its treasures strengthened Kofi and Nia's resolve. They knew that the challenges ahead would be even greater, but with each step, they were closer to fulfilling their destiny. One night, as Kofi and Nia rested by the sacred tree, the spirits appeared once more. Their voices were filled with urgency and concern. Kofi, Nia, the great danger approaches. A dark force stirs within the forest, threatening to destroy all that you hold dear. The spirits warned of an impending attack by a malevolent entity, an ancient evil that had long been dormant. This force sought to corrupt the forest and bring chaos to the village. Kofi and Nia, armed with the knowledge and artifacts they had gathered, prepared for the looming threat. The spirit's warning galvanized the villagers, who rallied behind Kofi and Nia. Together, they fortified the village and prepared for battle. The unity and determination of the people of Ngoma and Luwasi were a testament to the strength of their bond with the forest. As the village braced for the impending attack, fear and suspicion began to take hold. Adibeo, still nursing his grudge, saw an opportunity to undermine Kofi and Nia once more. He spread rumors, suggesting that the dark force was a consequence of their union. The villagers, already on edge, began to question their leaders. Tensions rose, and trust wavered. Kofi and Nia found themselves isolated, their loyalty and dedication questioned by those they had sworn to protect. In a desperate attempt to restore faith, Kofi and Nia called for a sacred ritual seeking the spirit's guidance. The ritual, a powerful and ancient ceremony, would reveal the truth and cleanse the village of its fears. The night of the sacred ritual was filled with anticipation. The villagers gathered around the ancient tree, their faces lit by the glow of torches. Kofi and Nia stood at the center, their hearts united in purpose. As the ritual began, the forest came alive with magic. The spirits appeared, their forms shimmering in the night. They spoke to the villagers, revealing the truth of Kofi and Nia's union and the prophecy that bound them. The spirits' words washed over the villagers, dispelling their fears and renewing their faith. The ritual's power was undeniable, and the village of Ngoma stood united once more. The spirit's intervention marked the end of Adebayo's schemes. His treachery was laid bare for all to see, and the villagers turned against him. In a final act of desperation, Adebayo attempted to flee, but the spirits would not allow him to escape justice. Adebayo was brought before the elders and the villagers. His punishment was severe, a reminder of the consequences of betrayal and deceit. With Adebayo's downfall, peace and trust were restored to the village. Kofi and Nia, their names cleared and their bond stronger than ever, were hailed as true guardians of the forest. Their leadership and courage inspired the villagers, who pledged to support them in the battles to come. With the village united and the threat of Adebayo's betrayal behind them, Kofi and Nia resumed their quest. Guided by the map from the hidden cave, they journeyed to new and uncharted parts of the forest. Their path was fraught with challenges, each more daunting than the last. They encountered mythical creatures, navigated treacherous terrain, and uncovered secrets long forgotten. With each trial, their bond grew stronger, and their resolve deepened. Along the way, they met new allies, guardians and spirits who shared their mission. These allies brought new knowledge and skills, enhancing Kofi and Nia's ability to protect the forest and fulfill the prophecy. Their journey led them to an enchanted lake, a place of unparalleled beauty and magic. The waters of the lake were said to have healing properties and the power to reveal hidden truths. Kofi and Nia approached the lake with reverence. As they gazed into its depths, they saw visions of the past, present, and future. These visions provided crucial insights into their mission and the challenges that lay ahead. The lake also revealed a hidden threat, a dark force lurking beneath its serene surface. Kofi and Nia, with the help of their allies, faced this threat head-on, using the knowledge and power they had gained on their journey. After overcoming the challenges of the enchanted lake, Kofi and Nia were granted a gift from the forest guardian. This gift, a powerful talisman, would aid them in their quest and protect them from the dark forces that sought to destroy the forest. The talisman was imbued with the essence of the forest's magic. It enhanced their abilities and strengthened their connection to the spirits. With this gift, Kofi and Nia felt more prepared than ever to face the final trials of their journey. Returning to Ngoma, Kofi and Nia shared the knowledge and insights they had gained with the villagers. The ancient scroll and the visions from the enchanted lake revealed the true nature of the prophecy and the role that each villager would play in its fulfillment. The villagers, now fully aware of the gravity of the situation, pledged their support. Together, they prepared for the final battle against the dark forces threatening their land. The unity and determination of the village were a testament to the strength of their bond with Kofi and Nia. The time had come for Kofi and Nia to face the final trial. The spirits guided them to a sacred mountain where the last test awaited. This trial would push them to their limits, testing their strength, wisdom, and love for each other. As they climbed the mountain, they encountered numerous obstacles. The path was treacherous, and the challenges were relentless. But with each step, their determination grew. They knew that the fate of the forest and the village depended on their success. At the summit, they faced the ultimate challenge, a battle against the dark forces that sought to destroy everything they held dear. Kofi and Nia, using their combined strength and the power of the talisman, fought with unwavering resolve. The summit of the sacred mountain was a desolate, wind-swept place. The air was thick with tension as dark clouds gathered overhead, casting ominous shadows on the rocky terrain. Kofi and Nia stood side by side, their eyes fixed on the swirling vortex of darkness that marked the heart of the evil force they had come to vanquish. The dark forces began to take shape, emerging from the shadows like wraiths. These were the spirits of ancient warriors, corrupted by malevolent power. Their eyes glowed with a sinister red light, and their forms shifted and twisted like smoke. As they advanced, a chilling wind swept across the summit, carrying with it the echoes of their sinister laughter. Kofi, Nia, one of the dark spirits hissed, its voice echoing with malice. "You dare to challenge us? You will fall like all who have come before you." Kofi tightened his grip on the talisman, feeling its warmth and power surge through him. "We are not afraid," he declared, his voice steady. "We fight for our home, our people, and the balance of the forest." Nia, her eyes filled with determination, transformed into her python form. Her scales shimmered with an otherworldly light, and she coiled protectively around Kofi. "Together, we are stronger than you can imagine," she hissed, her voice resonating with power. The battle began with a deafening roar. The dark spirits lunged at Kofi and Nia, their ethereal forms striking with deadly precision. Kofi, wielding the talisman, summoned protective barriers of light that deflected the spirits' attacks. Nia struck with lightning speed, her coils ensnaring and crushing any spirit that came too close. The dark spirits, relentless and unyielding, pressed their attack. They swarmed around Kofi and Nia, their claws raking against the protective light of the talisman. The air crackled with energy as the forces of light and darkness clashed. Kofi and Nia fought with everything they had. Kofi channeled the power of the talisman, unleashing blasts of pure energy that tore through the ranks of the dark spirits. Nia, using her serpentine agility, darted and weaved through the onslaught, her fangs sinking into the shadowy forms of their enemies. Despite their strength, the battle was far from easy. The dark spirits were numerous and cunning, exploiting every weakness and lapse in concentration. At one point, the particularly fierce spirit broke through Kofi's defenses, its claws slicing through his arm. Kofi gritted his teeth against the pain, refusing to let it deter him. "Nia, we must finish this," Kofi called out, his voice strained but resolute. "We need to strike at the heart of the darkness." Nia, sensing the urgency, nodded and coiled around Kofi, lifting him off the ground. With a powerful leap, she propelled them both toward the swirling vortex at the center of the summit. The dark spirits, realizing their intent, converged on them, desperate to stop their advance. As they reached the vortex, Kofi raised the talisman high. Its light intensified, becoming a blinding beacon of pure energy. "By the power of the spirits and the strength of our bond, we banish you," Kofi shouted, his voice echoing across the summit. Nia, using all her strength, struck at the heart of the vortex with her fangs. The combined force of the talisman's light and Nia's attack shattered the dark vortex, sending shockwaves of energy through the summit. The dark spirits screamed in agony as they were torn apart by the light, their forms disintegrating into nothingness. The summit was engulfed in a brilliant explosion of light. Kofi and Nia, at the center of the maelstrom, felt the power of the talisman and the spirits wash over them, cleansing the darkness and restoring balance. When the light finally subsided, the dark spirits were gone, and the sky cleared, revealing the first rays of dawn. Kofi and Nia, exhausted but victorious, stood together on the now tranquil summit. They embraced, their hearts filled with relief and triumph. "We did it," Kofi whispered, his voice choked with emotion. "We saved our home." Nia nodded, her eyes shimmering with tears of joy. "Together, we are unstoppable," she said, her voice filled with love and pride. As the sun rose, bathing the summit in golden light, the forest spirits appeared before them. "Kofi, Nia," they intoned, their voices filled with reverence. "You have proven yourselves worthy. The dark forces are vanquished, and the balance is restored." Your courage and strength will be remembered for generations to come. With the spirit's blessing, Kofi and Nia descended the sacred mountain, their hearts light and their spirits high. They returned to their village as heroes, their bonds stronger than ever. The village of Ngoma celebrated their victory, and the forest thrived under their protection. The prophecy had been fulfilled, and Kofi and Nia's legacy would endure, a testament to the power of love, duty, and resilience. With the prophecy fulfilled, the forest and the village of Ngoma entered a new era of peace and prosperity. Kofi and Nia, now revered as true guardians, continued to protect the land and its people. Kofi and Nia began a new chapter in their lives, their roles as protectors and leaders firmly established. They worked tirelessly to ensure the safety and prosperity of the forest and the village. Their bond, strengthened by the trials they had faced, became a symbol of hope and resilience. Together, they led the village into a new era, where the harmony between humans and nature was stronger than ever. The forest spirits, now fully allied with Kofi and Nia, continued to guide and protect them. Their blessings brought prosperity and abundance to the land. The villagers, inspired by Kofi and Nia's leadership, worked together to build a brighter future. The spirits' gifts, including the powerful talisman, ensured that Kofi and Nia could continue to protect the forest from any future threats. Their connection to the spirits and the land remained unbreakable. Under Kofi and Nia's leadership, the village of Ngoma flourished. The people lived in harmony with the forest, respecting its magic and its guardians. The unity and cooperation of the villagers were a testament to the strength of their bond with Kofi and Nia. The village elders, once wary of Kofi and Nia's union, now fully supported them. They saw the positive changes brought about by their leadership and the fulfillment of the prophecy. The village of Ngoma became a beacon of hope and resilience. Adibeo, who had caused so much turmoil, sought redemption. Realizing the error of his ways, he approached Kofi and Nia asking for forgiveness. Kofi and Nia, understanding the importance of forgiveness and growth, gave him a chance to make amends. Adibeo worked tirelessly to regain the trust of the villagers. His journey of redemption was long and arduous, but ultimately, he found a place in the village once more. His transformation became a symbol of the power of forgiveness and the possibility of change. Despite the peace and prosperity, a new threat emerged from the depths of the forest. An ancient evil, long thought to be vanquished, began to stir. Kofi and Nia, with the help of their allies, prepared to face this new danger. The threat was unlike any they had faced before. It sought to corrupt the very essence of the forest, turning its magic against the people. Kofi and Nia, armed with the talisman and the knowledge they had gained, stood ready to defend their home. The spirits, sensing the impending danger, provided Kofi and Nia with guidance. Their cryptic messages and visions helped them understand the nature of the threat and the steps needed to combat it. Kofi and Nia, with the support of the villagers, set out on a new quest. They journeyed to the heart of the forest, seeking the source of the ancient evil. Their determination and courage were unwavering, fueled by their love for each other and their home. Their journey led them to the hidden village of Luwasi once more. There, they uncovered a crucial secret, an ancient ritual that could vanquish the evil threatening the forest. The villagers of Luwasi, knowing the importance of their mission, shared their knowledge and resources. Kofi and Nia, with the help of their allies, prepared for the ritual. The stakes were high, and the challenges were immense, but their resolve was unbreakable. They knew that the future of the forest depended on their success. The final battle against the ancient evil was upon them. Kofi and Nia, along with their allies, stood at the edge of a vast, shadowy clearing deep within the heart of the forest. The air was thick with tension, and an eerie silence hung over the area, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves and distant animal calls. Dark clouds swirled overhead, casting the forest in a sinister twilight. The ancient evil, a malevolent entity known as Nkulu, had awakened from its long slumber, drawn by the disruptions in the balance of the forest. Nkulu's presence was palpable, a dark force that seemed to drain the light and life from everything around it. The entity manifested as a towering, shadowy figure with glowing red eyes and an aura of darkness that seemed to pulse with an evil energy. Kofi and Nia, their hearts filled with determination, led their allies, warriors from Ngoma and the hidden village of Luwasi, as well as the new guardians they had trained. The allies formed a protective circle around Kofi and Nia, their faces set with grim resolve. Each one held a weapon or talisman, ready to fight for their home and their loved ones. Kofi, Nia, called Elder Zola from Luwasi, her voice strong and steady despite the tension. Remember the teachings of the spirits. Use the power of the talisman and the knowledge we've shared with you. Together, we will vanquish this evil. Kofi nodded, feeling the weight of the talisman around his neck. Its warmth was a comforting reminder of the spirit's presence. He looked at Nia, who was already beginning to shift into her python form, her scales glimmering in the dim light. "We fight for our home," Kofi said, his voice firm. "We fight for each other." Nkulu let out a bone-chilling roar, its dark energy surging forward like a wave. The battle began with a clash of light and darkness as the allies charged towards the ancient evil. Kofi, wielding the talisman, unleashed beams of pure light that cut through the shadows, creating pathways for his allies to advance. Nia, in her python form, slithered with incredible speed, striking at Nkulu with deadly precision. The dark forces, minions of Nkulu, emerged from the shadows, grotesque and twisted beings that seemed to ooze darkness. They attacked the allies with ferocity, their claws and fangs glinting in the faint light. The warriors fought bravely, their weapons clashing with the dark minions in a symphony of battle. Kofi and Nia moved with practiced coordination, their bond unbreakable. Kofi used the talisman to shield Nia from the darkest attacks, while Nia's powerful coils crushed the dark minions that dared to approach them. The battle was chaotic and fierce, with each side pushing and pulling, the balance of power shifting with every blow. As the battle raged on, Nkulu focused its wrath on Kofi and Nia. The ancient evil unleashed a torrent of dark energy, creating a whirlwind of shadows that threatened to engulf them. Kofi held the talisman high, its light shining like a beacon, pushing back against the darkness. Nia, sensing an opening, lunged at Nkulu, her fangs bared. Nkulu roared in anger, swatting Nia away with a massive, shadowy limb. Nia crashed into the ground, her scales shimmering as she struggled to rise. Kofi, seeing Nia in danger, felt a surge of protective fury. He channeled the power of the talisman, unleashing a blinding blast of light that struck Nkulu directly, causing the ancient evil to stagger. "Nia, now!" Kofi shouted, his voice filled with urgency. Nia, drawing upon her inner strength, launched herself at Nkulu once more. This time, she wrapped her powerful coils around the entity, constricting it with all her might. Nkulu thrashed and roared, its dark energy pulsing in a desperate attempt to break free. The ground trembled under the force of their struggle, and the air crackled with raw energy. Kofi joined the fray, using the talisman to amplify Nia's strength. The light from the talisman merged with Nia's power, creating a radiant aura that enveloped them both. The allies, inspired by their leader's bravery, redoubled their efforts, pushing back the dark minions and creating a protective barrier around Kofi and Nia. Nkulu's roars grew louder, more desperate. The ancient evil lashed out with shadowy tendrils, but Kofi and Nia held firm, their combined power overwhelming the dark entity. With one final, earth-shaking roar, Nkulu began to dissolve, its form disintegrating into nothingness. The darkness lifted, and the forest was bathed in the warm, golden light of dawn. The allies cheered, their voices echoing through the now peaceful forest. Kofi and Nia, exhausted but triumphant, embraced each other. The talisman's light dimmed, having fulfilled its purpose. The spirits appeared before them, their forms glowing with approval. Kofi, Nia, the spirits intoned, their voices filled with reverence. "You have defeated the ancient evil and restored balance to the forest. Your courage and unity have saved us all. Elder Zola stepped forward, her eyes filled with pride. You have fulfilled the prophecy, Kofi and Nia. You are true guardians of the forest. As the sun rose higher, casting its light over the victorious allies, Kofi and Nia knew that their journey had only just begun. They had proven their strength and their bond, and they would continue to protect their home with the same unwavering determination. The village of Ngoma and the hidden village of Luwasi celebrated their heroes, their hearts filled with gratitude and hope. Kofi and Nia's legacy would endure, a testament to the power of love, unity, and resilience in the face of darkness. The battle ended in victory for Kofi and Nia. The ancient evil was vanquished, and peace was restored to the forest. The villagers celebrated their triumph, grateful for the courage and dedication of their guardians. The aftermath of the battle was a time of healing and rebuilding. The village and the forest, having faced immense challenges, emerged stronger and more united. Kofi and Nia, their bond unbreakable, continued to lead with wisdom and compassion. The village of Ngoma entered a new era of renewal and prosperity. The people, inspired by Kofi and Nia's leadership, worked together to build a brighter future. The harmony between humans and nature was stronger than ever, and the village flourished. Many other shapeshifters that had been protecting the forest and the village from the shadow overcame their fear and showed themselves to the village's elders so as to join forces against any future evil that might threaten the forest and the village's peace. The elders, once wary of change, embraced the new era with open hearts. They saw the positive impact of Kofi and Nia's leadership and the fulfillment of the prophecy. The village became a symbol of hope and resilience, a testament to the power of unity and love. The forest spirits, having guided Kofi and Nia through their trials, prepared to bid them farewell. Their mission was complete, and the prophecy fulfilled. The spirits' parting words were filled with gratitude and blessing. Kofi and Nia, their hearts full of love and respect, thanked the spirits for their guidance and protection. The spirits' departure marks the beginning of a new chapter in their lives, one filled with promise and possibility. With the spirits' blessing, Kofi and Nia began training new guardians, both human and shapeshifters, to protect the forest. These guardians, chosen for their bravery and dedication, would continue their legacy. Kofi and Nia's teachings ensured that the forest and village would be safeguarded for generations to come. The new guardians, inspired by Kofi and Nia's example, embraced their roles with enthusiasm and commitment. They learned the ancient rituals, the secrets of the forest, and the wisdom of the spirits. The legacy of Kofi and Nia was secure. During their training, the new guardians discovered a hidden grove with a powerful secret. This grove, untouched by time, held the key to further understanding the forest's magic. Kofi and Nia, along with the new guardians, explored its mysteries. The grove revealed ancient artifacts and knowledge that had been lost for centuries. These discoveries deepened their connection to the forest and enhanced their ability to protect it. The hidden grove became a place of learning and growth. With the knowledge gained from the hidden grove, Kofi and Nia envisioned a bright future for the forest and the village. They shared their plans with the villagers, who supported them wholeheartedly. Together, they worked to ensure the prosperity and harmony of their land. The forest, under their protection, flourished. The balance between humans and nature was maintained, and the village thrived. Kofi and Nia's leadership brought hope and progress, and their vision for the future became a reality. The hidden village of Luwasi shared its legacy with Kofi and Nia. The villagers revealed their ancient history and the role they had played in protecting the forest. This legacy was a source of inspiration and strength. Kofi and Nia, understanding the significance of this legacy, worked to preserve and honor it. They integrated the knowledge and traditions of Luwasi into their own practices, ensuring that the wisdom of the past would continue to guide them. The forest spirits, sensing a new challenge on the horizon, returned with a message for Kofi and Nia. Their guidance was crucial in preparing for the trials to come. The spirit's presence reassured the villagers and strengthened their resolve. Kofi and Nia, with the support of the spirits, faced the new challenges with determination. Their bond, strengthened by their past trials, was unbreakable. Together, they stood ready to protect their home from any threat. The final challenge tested Kofi and Nia's strength, wisdom, and love. This trial, set by the spirits, was the ultimate test of their abilities. They faced it with unwavering resolve, knowing that the future of the forest depended on their success. The spirits gathered Kofi and Nia at the heart of the sacred grove, the place of immense power and mystery. The ancient trees whispered secrets, and the air was charged with magic. The spirits' forms shimmered as they spoke, their voices resonating with authority and reverence. Kofi and Nia, you have shown great courage and determination, the spirits intoned. But to fulfill your destiny as true guardians of the forest, you must face 3 trials: the trial of strength, the trial of wisdom, and the trial of love. Only by overcoming these challenges will you prove your worth. The trial of strength. The ground beneath them trembled as the spirits revealed the first trial. The earth split open, revealing a path that led deep into the heart of the mountain. Kofi and Nia descended, their steps echoing in the dark, narrow passage. The air grew cooler, and the walls seemed to close in on them. At the end of the path, they emerged into a vast underground cavern. The chamber was illuminated by glowing crystals, casting an eerie light on the massive stone golem that stood in the center. The golem, the guardian of ancient times, was a towering figure made of rock and imbued with elemental power. To prove your strength, you must defeat the stone golem, the spirits declared. But beware, for this guardian is formidable and relentless. The golem roared to life, its eyes glowing with fiery intensity. Kofi and Nia, undaunted, prepared to face the creature. Kofi held the talisman high, its light amplifying his strength. Nia shifted into her python form, her scales shimmering with power. The battle was fierce. The golem's massive fists crashed down, shaking the ground with each blow. Kofi dodged and countered, using the talisman to create barriers of light that deflected the golem's attacks. Nia struck with lightning speed, her coils wrapping around the golem's limbs, trying to immobilize it. The golem roared and shook, trying to dislodge Nia. With a mighty heave, it threw her off and turned its attention to Kofi. Kofi stood his ground, channeling all his energy into the talisman. He unleashed a beam of pure light, striking the golem's core. The golem staggered, but it wasn't enough to bring it down. Nia, recovering quickly, noticed a weak point in the golem's structure, a crack near its heartstone. Kofi, the heartstone. Aim for the heartstone, she shouted. Kofi nodded, his resolve strengthening. He focused his energy and, with a powerful leap, drove the talisman into the heartstone. The golem let out a final, earth-shaking roar before crumbling into a heap of stones. Kofi and Nia had triumphed, their strength and unity overcoming the formidable guardian. The trial of wisdom. The spirits led Kofi and Nia to the next trial, which took place in the ancient temple of knowledge, hidden deep within the forest. The temple was a labyrinth of hallways and chambers, each filled with ancient scrolls and mystical artifacts. To prove your wisdom, you must navigate the labyrinth and solve the riddle of the Sphinx, the spirits declared. Only then will you unlock the path to the final trial. Kofi and Nia entered the labyrinth, their minds sharp and focused. The hallways twisted and turned, each path looking identical to the last. They encountered numerous puzzles and traps, each requiring careful thought and problem-solving skills. At times, they had to work together to decipher ancient texts or manipulate intricate mechanisms. After what felt like hours, they reached the heart of the labyrinth, where the Sphinx awaited. The Sphinx was a majestic creature with the body of a lion and the head of a wise elder. Its eyes gleamed with intelligence as it spoke. Answer my riddle, and you may pass. Fail, and you will be trapped here forever, the Sphinx intoned. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind. What am I? Kofi and Nia pondered the riddle, their minds racing. They whispered to each other, considering different possibilities. Finally, Nia's eyes lit up with realization. It's an echo, she said confidently. An echo speaks without a mouth and hears without ears. It has no body but comes alive with the wind. The Sphinx smiled, impressed by their wisdom. You have answered correctly. You may pass. A hidden door opened, revealing the path to the final trial. Kofi and Nia stepped through, their confidence bolstered by their success. The trial of love. The final trial took place in a serene, moonlit glade. The spirits surrounded Kofi and Nia, their forms glowing softly in the night. The trial of love will test the strength of your bond, the spirits said. You must confront your deepest fears and doubts about each other. Only by reaffirming your love and trust can you succeed. The glade transformed, and Kofi and Nia found themselves in a world of illusions. They saw visions of their past struggles and fears, moments of doubt, times when they had been at odds. The illusions whispered words of despair and mistrust, trying to drive a wedge between them. Kofi saw visions of Nia doubting his ability to protect her, while Nia saw images of Kofi questioning her loyalty. The illusions were powerful, their words like poison, seeping into their minds. But Kofi and Nia knew these were tests. They reached out to each other, their hands clasping tightly. Nia, I trust you with all my heart, Kofi said, his voice steady. We have faced so much together. I believe in our love. Nia nodded, her eyes filled with determination. Kofi, I love you more than anything. Together, we are strong. We can overcome anything. Their words of affirmation shattered the illusions, the glade returning to its peaceful state. The spirits smiled, their approval evident. You have proven your love and trust. The final trial is complete. Kofi and Nia embraced, their hearts light and their spirits high. The trials had tested them in every way, but their strength, wisdom, and love had carried them through. They emerged from the glade, their status as true guardians of the forest solidified. As dawn broke over the forest, Kofi and Nia stood together, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Their journey had proven their worth, and their bond was unbreakable. The forest and its people would thrive under their protection, their legacy a testament to the power of love, unity, and resilience. With the final challenge completed, the prophecy reached its conclusion. The forest and the village of Ngoma entered a new era of peace and prosperity. The spirits, having seen the fulfillment of the prophecy, blessed Kofi and Nia one last time. The village celebrated their triumph, grateful for the courage and dedication of their guardians. Kofi and Nia's leadership brought hope and happiness to the land. The prophecy's end marked the beginning of a bright future for the forest and its people. The village of Ngoma held a grand celebration to honor Kofi and Nia. The festivities were filled with joy and gratitude, a testament to the unity and resilience of the people. The village elders, once wary of change, now fully supported Kofi and Nia's leadership. The celebration was a time of reflection and thanksgiving. The villagers, inspired by Kofi and Nia's example, pledged to continue protecting the forest and upholding its magic. The unity and happiness of the village were a testament to the strength of their bond. Kofi and Nia ushered in a new era of peace and prosperity. The village and the forest flourished under their guidance. The harmony between humans and nature was stronger than ever, and the future looked bright. The new era was marked by progress and unity. The villagers worked together to build a better future, inspired by the leadership of Kofi and Nia. The forest, once a place of mystery and danger, became a symbol of hope and resilience. The hidden grove, a place of great magic, bestowed a final gift upon Kofi and Nia. This gift, a powerful artifact, would ensure the continued protection of the forest. The artifact, imbued with the essence of the grove, enhanced their abilities and strengthened their bond with the spirits. Kofi and Nia, grateful for the gift, used it to safeguard the forest from any future threats. The hidden grove's gift was a symbol of the unity and magic that defined their journey. The forest spirits, having seen the fulfillment of the prophecy, blessed Kofi and Nia one final time. Their blessings brought peace and prosperity to the land. The spirits' gifts ensured that Kofi and Nia could continue to protect the forest and its people. Kofi and Nia, their hearts filled with gratitude, thanked the spirits for their guidance and protection. The spirits' blessings were a testament to the strength of their bond and their dedication to their mission. Under Kofi and Nia's continued leadership, the village of Ngoma thrived. The people lived in harmony with the forest, respecting its magic and its guardians. The unity and cooperation of the villagers were a testament to the strength of their bond with Kofi and Nia. The village elders, once wary of change, now fully supported them. They saw the positive impact of Kofi and Nia's leadership and the fulfillment of the prophecy. The village became a beacon of hope and resilience. Kofi and Nia's legacy continued through their children and the new guardians. Their teachings and wisdom ensured that the forest and village would be protected for generations to come. The new guardians, inspired by Kofi and Nia's example, embraced their roles with dedication and commitment. The legacy of Kofi and Nia was a symbol of hope and resilience. Their love and unity had overcome countless challenges, and their story would inspire future generations. The forest and the village of Ngoma, once shrouded in mystery and danger, now stood as a testament to the power of love, duty, and resilience.